For the crowds, Bob adds a touch of humor with what he calls his Tennessee waltz maneuver. With landing gear and flaps down, he makes an approach known to pilots as a falling leaf side slip. This sort of thing is usually done only in fighter planes. This tricky maneuver can be done only with an airplane having exceptional low-speed flying qualities. Bob climbs back into the air for a turnaround. Then back for one-wheel landings in the opposite direction, both on and off the runway. Notice how close the wingtips are to the ground. Are there any questions? Now, to add complexity to this, Bob approaches, touches down on the right wheel, then pulls up into a barrel roll, and right back down on the left wheel, all on the same pass. Bob begins this maneuver right off the runway, pulling up into a precision 8-point roll, followed by a very graceful turnaround. The excellent handling qualities of the Shrike are evident on this steep climb-out. At the amusement park, you pay good money to do loops. Here, you are about to see a loop that is more exciting and larger than any you could ever ride at an amusement park. And it is demonstrated by this beautiful business aircraft. Watch this one. Notice the props on the Shrike. Bob has them both feathered. Without power, he pulls up into a near vertical attitude until the plane enters a zero airspeed stall. Watch what happens. The Shrike Commander makes its own smooth and gentle recovery. Look closely at the Shrike on this pass. The engine closest to you is shut down. Bob starts his pull-up, then begins an 8-point roll in the direction of the dead engine. In aviation circles, this demonstrates outstanding lateral control. For good measure, he ends this maneuver with a conventional barrel roll. If any barrel roll on one engine can be conventional, that is. Let's watch that again from a camera mounted on the vertical stabilizer. Next, still on one engine, he performs a perfect loop. It's interesting to note that this Shrike Commander is the lowest powered of the Aero Commander twin-engine line. Imagine what could be done with, say, the turboprop version. Now, with both engines shut down, sheer courage and a good airplane is the name of this game. First, an 8-point roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Straight and level again. Let's see how this intricate maneuver looks from the pilot's viewpoint, looking out through the windshield at the horizon. Notice the very pronounced control movements of the pilot's hands for each position of the 8-point roll. Again, let's watch it from the tail camera. Bob's description of the technique involved in these 8-point rolls is to picture for a moment a pie placed on its edge, and then, starting from the center, cut it into 8 equal slices. Here's something that's different. Bob demonstrates the ease of handling the Shrike by means of a glass of iced tea. He sets it in place and then performs a barrel roll without even tilting the liquid in the glass, let alone spilling it. Then Bob decides that if you can do that, why not pour a glass of tea during a roll? And he does. All this to demonstrate how smoothly the Shrike Commander handles. For his finale, Bob again shuts down both engines before performing a series of maneuvers all combined into one. A loop at ground level, then a roll, and a turn and landing, all with the engines shut down. The interesting view you are now observing was taken from a camera mounted on the tail skid and presents an unusual but distorted view of the aft fuselage. However, if you look closely, you can observe that the engines are shut down and the propellers are in the feathered position. Now, as the Shrike has recovered from the loop, it is rolled 360 degrees to the left. Now you can see the landing gear extending in this final turn toward the landing with no engines. We have just seen the impossible. Let's look at it once more. A loop, a roll, and a landing on one wheel, and then another, all performed in one continuous maneuver with dead engines. And this time, Bob adds another roll just before the landing. Look closely at those props. A fantastic ending to a great aerobatic demonstration.